بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اليوم سنبدأ بإذن الله تعالى سلسلة من المحاضرات التي سوف تشرح كيف سيتم ملء self-study report for the program. This form should be filled in order to submit for NCAAA academic accreditation. As you know, the SSRP is a form is not easy to fill. And before you will start filling this form, you have to prepare several documents, reports, statistical data, survey results, KPIs, measuring results, analysis, recommendations and action plans. So it is not an easy task. Before fill this report, I think you prepared everything and you have a committee that helped you in gathering all information that you need to fill this report. This report is similar to annual program report, but here it is extended and it is based mainly on the self-evaluation scale. So before filling this form, the self-study report for the program, we have to have a look at the NCAAA self-evaluation skills for higher education programs. This self-evaluation skills should be filled by formed committees in the department, and these committees are formed based on the new NCAAA standards, mission and goals, program management and quality assurance, teaching and learning, students, teaching staff, learning resources, facilities, and equipment. Every committee responsible about filling one of these standards. The self-evaluation scale should be filled based on evidence. So, this document provides self-evaluation scales for programmatic quality assurance and academic accreditation standards. The quality assurance and continuous improvement of educational program is based on the self-evaluation carried out by the program and its various units based on the quality performance criteria. So the faculty and staff responsible for the various activities in the program evaluate the level of the performance according to these criteria. I will not go in deep here, but as you know, this is a star evaluation method and you have maximum 5 stars and minimum 1 star. But in order to be eligible for academic accreditation from NCAAA, you need at least 3 stars for every standard. Every standard contains several items, and the average should be 3 stars and above. So that is, the criterion is related to the nature and activities of the program, and it is important to provide it. If this is the case, the criterion is evaluated using 5-point scale, 1 to 5. The quality of the performance can be judged by unsatisfactory performance. This includes 2 levels 1 and 2 as follows. Level 1, non-compliance. There are no or few available elements. There is level 2, partial compliance. Most of the elements of the criterion are available, or that the elements of the criterion are applied at low level. B, satisfactory performance, 3, 4, and 5. 3 is the minimum to be, as we said, eligible for accreditation. So, level 3 compliance means all elements of the criterion are available, all of which are applied at a good level and regularly. There is a regular and effective assessment, sufficient evidence is available, and there are regular improvement procedures and good results. Please look carefully here at the keywords. First of all, the elements are available and they are applied in regular manner using effective assessment, and there is evidence and there are regular improvement. It is evidence and improvement procedures, and you have a good results. Level 4, perfect compliance. All the elements of the criterion are available. They are applied at a perfect level. There is a regular. They are applied in a regular manner, and you use an effective assessment, and you have sufficient, and not only sufficient but also valid evidence is available, and there are regular procedures for improvement and higher results. See, good results here we have, and we have here higher results compared to previous results, which means you have an improvement year by year. Level 5, of course, distinctive compliance. All the elements are available. They are applied at a distinct level on a regular basis. There is a regular, effective, and excellent assessment. And various comprehensive and cumulative evidence is available. Comprehensive and cumulative evidence is available. There are regular, for example, for the last 5 years, you have an evidence that your process is verified and approved. There are regular procedures for improvement and distinct results compared to other programs. Now we are talking about comparing your results, not year by year with the previous year. We also here we are comparing our results with other programs. And there is creativity in the practices of the elements of the criteria. We don't use only traditional or classic methods. We have something is creative and is implemented in a high level. The elements used for evaluation at the criteria can be summarized according to the following table. But before the table, I want to mention something. Try not to use this level 5. Be careful. 3 and 4 is enough. And for bad performance, you can use level 2. Because for level 5, I think it is a very high level, and you need really to justify the criterion or the items that you used level 5 for them. This is the table, levels of evaluation, elements of evaluation. This table, as you see, for this table, unsatisfactory performance, satisfactory performance. We said 1 and 2, first and the second level, are unsatisfactory, and minimum you should have third level compliance to be to have satisfactory performance, and above, of course. Not all elements, but the average of the elements should be 3 and above. Extent availability of the elements and components of the criterion. So this we have the main keywords. What we have first, as we said, the availability of the elements. We have quality level of application for each element application, regularity of application and assessment, and availability of evidence. And this is the continuous improvement and level of results in the light of indicators and benchmarking. And finally, this for level 5 only, as you see, it is here. There is excellence and creativity in practices of the elements of the creativity. So, you can measure yourself, for example, for availability, it can be of any level, but all of the elements of the criterion are available. All of them, they are available. All of the elements are available. So there are 3. So you can be here, here, or here for this element. Second, quality level of application for each element. The elements of the criterion are applied at good level, they are applied at perfect level, they are applied at distinct level. So this is about the application. About regularity of application, as you see, applied regularly, applied on a regular basis. There is a regular effective assessment. There is regular and effective assessment. So different assessment methods we have here. But as you see, if you want to choose for this element or for this keyword, about application assessment and the availability of evidence for the level number 5, which is distinctive compliance, you have to fit or to have 1, 2, 3 main elements. You should apply, you have to regularly use this element effectively, and you have an excellent assessment, and you have a comprehensive and cumulative evidence is available. So this table is a very important table, and it is summarized all what you need to fill the self-evaluation scale. I recommend that this table should be explained to the committees, and every committee will fill one of these criteria or standards, and after that you can sit together and discuss the results. This is an example how to fill the self-evaluation scale. This example for the standard or criteria is the same here. Number 3 to 10, which means teaching and learning strategy and assessment methods in the program vary according to its nature and level. Enhance the ability to conduct research and ensure students' acquisition of higher cognitive thinking and self-learning skills. What levels we have? This is the level non-compliance. This is partial. We will start from level number 3. This is an example about this criteria. If you want to know, you can go down here. This is 2, 3 to 10. So you have to go to the standard number 3. This is 1. We are going to standard number 3. This is number 2. Now, this is number 3, teaching and learning. 3 to 10, which means we are talking about this item, 3 to 10. Teaching and learning strategies and assessment methods in the program vary according to its nature and level, enhance the ability to conduct research, and ensure students' acquisition of higher cognitive thinking and self-learning skills. So this is the 10, 3 to 10. 3 means teaching and learning. 3 2 means the curriculum. So this is the item number 10 about the curriculum, which is a part of teaching and learning. Going back to our example, we said that this is our example, 3 to 10. Now, if you want to evaluate self-evaluation for this criterion, non-compliance means the program doesn't have teaching and learning strategies. I think if you want to fill the self-study reports and self-evaluation scale, I think you already have your teaching strategies, of course, and assessment methods. So we will start from compliance, level 3. The program has diverse teaching and learning strategies and assessment methods compatible with its nature and level, all of which are applied at a good level on a regular basis for enhancing the ability to conduct scientific research and ensuring students' acquisition of higher thinking and self-learning skills. There is sufficient evidence. Most of them are subject to periodic evaluation and development. If we look here about the main keywords, first, there are teaching and learning strategies and assessments. They are available and they are applied at a good level on a regular basis. Okay, so these quick keywords, and also there is sufficient evidence and there is evaluation and development. So we have the main keywords that if we have it, which means we are at level number 3. So I can evaluate myself by this level. And of course, the same for all levels. This is, for example, the second example, criterion 601. The program implements clear policies and procedures that ensure the adequacy and appropriateness of learning resources and services provided to support student learning. You have to go to this criterion number 6, standard number 6. There is no sections, 601. And go to the third level, 3 stars. See, the program has policies and procedures to ensure availability, to ensure adequate learning resources, and all are appropriate to ensure the availability of an acceptable level of support for students' learning, and the program is committed to applying them. I have applying, have availability, I have applying them well and in regular manner, and there is sufficient evidence to do so. Most of them we are using for assessment and development. So I have availability, I have applying, I have regular, I have the keywords evidence, and I have development. So my practices, they are fit with level number 3 or maybe higher. This is the second example. Now, how I can evaluate and finding the final result. If you choose, if your self-evaluation scale result is above or equals 4.5, this means you have 5 points, which means the level is distinctive compliance. The item that you choose is distinctive compliance. If the average between 3.5 to 4.5, it means you have the overall rating 4 points, perfect compliance. 2.5 to 3.5, 3 points compliance, and from 1.2 to 2.5, 2 points partial compliance, less 1.5, 1 point non-compliance. So, as you see, this is the evaluation shall be at the level of the standard as whole by collecting the points of evaluation. We have an example here. This is an illustrative example of how to calculate the average to evaluate the standard. Let's see. This is the standard number 2, program management, and 2.1 program management. Okay. The program is governed by specialized councils, college council department, and so 3. For this item, I have also 3, I have 4, I have 2. So I have different evaluation levels for every item in this standard or in this, see, this now standard of criteria. Now, this the criteria, every criteria, you should this one criteria, the second criteria, and I have a lot of criteria, and these all criteria belongs to this standard. This is standard number 2. After that, what you will do, you will find the average. Program quality assurance, this T2. How you can find it? 73. From where? Let's go here. To sum. This is 4, which means 4 points. Let's begin from, let's start from the beginning. 3 and 3. We have 6 here, 4, 10, 13, 15, 17, 19, 22, 25, 28, 31, 31 and 35, 38, 41, for example, 44, 47, 50, 54, 57, 60, 68, and we have 70 and 373. So we have 73. How many number of applicable criteria? 24. Divide 73 by 24. You will get 3.04, which means if you go to the standard here, 3.04 is between 2.5 and 3.5, which means you have 3 points. So the level is compliance. One important thing, if one of these criteria is not applicable, do not fill and write here, not applicable, and do not count it, okay? Do not count it, or do not count it, and do not divide, add it to be divided. So don't count it. For example, if this is not applicable, you will have only 23. So 73 will be divided by 23. Maybe it will be less than 73, but do not count not applicable criteria. Okay, so this is number of applicable only. This is the way that you will fill the self-evaluation scale. Now, let's talk about after finishing. This is standard about mission and goals. You filled this standard and you have now your result. The overall quality rating of the standard, it's okay. Now, strengths, areas for improvement, priorities for improvement, and independent opinion. The strength should be taken from items where you give 4 and 5. For example, you put 4 here and 5 here, which means you have a strength in the program. Your program has a clear, appropriate, approved, and publicized wide mission. So you have this your strength. My strength also that the proposals are linked to its mission. Mission is linked to objectives. If you give 3, for example, this criterion, the program goals and implementation needs are linked to appropriate operation, it's still good. But for example, areas for improvement, I think if you give 2 or 1, it should be filled in the needs justification, and you have to write areas for improvement. For example, for this one, number 2. Be careful. The criterion they are written by Paul. You see, they are essential and should be answered, and you have to be careful with them. Okay, so maybe the others, they are also important, but for the bold font, they are important and should be filled. So this is essential criteria. Star, essential criteria. So write your area for improvements. Priorities for improvement, which means you need urgent actions or recommendation. You can write them. After filling all the self-evaluation scale, it's better to send it to external evaluator to write his opinion. His opinion, you have of course to send him the self-evaluation scale, the evidence, and he will read the evidence, he will see and write his independent opinion. Yes, your justification, your self-evaluation is good, is fit with the evidence. Maybe you give yourself low level in some criteria, should increase your level. Maybe you give yourself low levels or high levels. So the independent opinion will work as to make a balance for your self-evaluation skill. I'm finishing now the first part for filling the self-study report. The first part was about how to fill the self-evaluation scale. Why I talked about self-evaluation scale? This is because when you will part of the self-study report, you will see evaluation in relation to quality standards. As you see, standard, mission, and goals. You have to take the overall rating from the self-evaluation scale. For example, we talked about mission. This is the self-evaluation scale. This is the mission and goals. You filled everything here and you calculated the result. It was, for example, 3.6, which means this is equals to 4 stars. Have a look here. As we said before, this is the example. This is our example, and this is the the table that you can find your overall rating on here, which means I have 4 points. So I will go back to this standard. I have 4 results. I wrote here my strengths, areas improvement, and I have now independent opinion. How I can use all of this in my self-evaluation. I have here 4. Okay. I will not talk today how to fill the self-study report for the program, but at least you have to take some information from the self-evaluation scale, because this, for example, this standard number 1 about mission and goals can be filled directly based on items here. For example, you said in your evaluation, you give 4 here, the program has a clear, appropriate, approved, and publicized widely mission. So this is your strength. You can go to your self-evaluation scale and you can write about your program mission and goals here. You can take the second criterion. The program goals are linked. This will help you to organize your thoughts and go one by one to fill this standard in the self-study report for the program. After that report on the standard, this is the evaluation of program goals, performance indicators, target benchmark, and actual. We will talk about this later. But as you see, it is important to know this. Thank you for listening, and see you inshallah in the next lecture.